everyone. It is Friday night, and Solavei Socials are live right now across the United States. In fact, I just got an update that right now we have thousands on across the United States right now, from everywhere from homes to people have stayed late in their offices and are actually having parties in their offices around their computers right now and watching Solavei Socials. It's happening in restaurants. It's all across the United States right now. Solavei is live, and you know what's amazing, as we've been going live with these Solavei Socials across the country, really since last Monday night when we kicked these off, and every single night across the United States we've been doing this. You know, if you step back for a second and you think about what's happening here. Picture that you are at the very beginning, years and years ago, when AT&T was being launched, or with Mark Zuckerberg in his dorm room when he was pushing the enter button. And if you had the opportunity at that time to be right there at the beginning, but not just watching it, but being a part of it, meaning you're the ones that were vested in what was happening, and then all the growth, the hundreds of millions of people, the tens of millions of people for another, that you were the one being a part of all that growth and the benefit that was taking place. That's where you find yourself tonight as we're taking part in this live, and you know what we're doing every night right now across the United States is we're bringing in several of the live socials that are happening, so you can in fact get an example where you can actually multiply that time literally thousands across the country is what's happening. So we actually have a couple with us tonight, and I'm going to introduce them to you in just a second so you can see them and see what's happening. We have members there in different places. I think right here in Seattle, Washington, where our headquarters is we have actually Rob McFadden tonight, where he's got a social that's happening. Is that your home, Rob?
Sorry, I was on mute. No, we're at a restaurant. We're at a restaurant about 8 miles from my house.
Okay, so you're in a restaurant tonight, and then all the way across the country, the other coast, there's Gracie Updike. I know you're having I think a party, a social at your house there tonight, there in Raleigh, North Carolina. Gracie, how are you?
Good. How are you, Ryan?
I'm doing great, thank you, and so glad to have you a part of this tonight. This is a great example, and I'll come back to both of you here in a second, but I encourage all of you tonight. We've got a lot of tweeting that's happening. There's a lot of people that are social on Facebook right now that are talking. So all of you who are watching tonight, get active with Twitter. Hashtag Solavei Socials. Send us your tweets. In fact, throughout the next 30 minutes, I'm going to be talking about a couple of the tweets that come through as we do each night. We're going to have a lot of fun this next 30 minutes, and I'm hoping over the next few minutes that I'm able to convey to you the excitement, the enthusiasm, more importantly, the momentum that's really sweeping the United States right now, Solavei, and all that we're doing to impact individuals, our members, those who are part of Solavei in their lives, by just being a part of a company that's enabling them to do what they do naturally every single day already, but to be able to receive incredible financial benefit because of that. And so let's go back to you, Rob. And Rob, you're providing yourself somewhat of as a surrogate for literally hundreds of restaurants probably right now that are happening across the country. And I told the story last night where there are couples that are going to restaurants, and they're bringing their computer and they get their Wi-Fi connection, watching this right now in restaurants and in Starbucks and in many places across the country. So it's a great example. Last night we were in Oklahoma City. We had one of the socials there that was in a restaurant, and they had about 30 people there. So, Rob, maybe if you would, how many people do you have there with you tonight?
We have 8 with 4 more on their way in right now.
Oh, that's great. So, Kim, I think you've got Kim Nesbitt with you?
Yeah. Kim Nesbitt's here.
Kim, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great, and it's incredible to see you tonight. And I've been hearing great things about all that you're doing, and I believe, Rob, you have a couple of people that are there tonight that are, in fact, seeing Solavei and hearing about Solavei for the very first time. I guess is Evelyn. Is Evelyn there with you? And Dwayne?
Yes.
Yep, Evelyn's right here. And
hi, Evelyn. Hi, Dwayne. And I hope you don't mind. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to use you as an example. We right now have thousands of people that are seeing tonight's Solavei for the very first time. So when I talk to you, I'm going to be doing it much like I'm talking to literally the thousands of Solavei people that are watching and seeing Solavei for the very first time tonight. So hope that didn't put you in any pressure. I'm not going to ask you to get up and dance or anything. So hope you're okay with that. Yeah. And so let's Gracie, are you still there with us, Gracie?
Hi, Ryan. I'm here with all my girlfriends.
That's great. Well, looks like you're having a fun night.
And guys, lots of guys.
Lots of guys. So they're off screen. Well, I know tonight it's late there in Raleigh, North Carolina, being about 8:30, 8:40 there in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I think you have a couple of people that are watching this and seeing this for the very first time tonight. Jessica and Beth, I think, they're hearing about Solavei for the first time?
They are, for the very first time.
Great. Jessica, Beth, hopefully you're okay, that I'm going to point you out, because tonight you got thousands of people that are actually watching you tonight. And I actually may ask you to dance tonight, just to let you know. I don't know if Gracie actually told you.
No, I didn't.
Actually happened tonight, or if you're just coming over to have some fun with girlfriends. But lo and behold, you're in fact now on screen for a lot of people across the United States. So anyway,
awesome.
we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. And let me just tell you a little about what's happened just since last Monday. When we kicked off Solavei Socials Live, which is happening at 5:30 p.m. Pacific every single night through the week. It has been nothing short of amazing to see the momentum that has taken place across the United States, where we've literally had record-breaking upon record-breaking upon record-breaking night and day here in 2013. Yesterday, it was so amazing to see how many new members across the United States got involved with Solavei yesterday, another record day. And it's happening all because of things like this that's happening tonight, where you're hearing about Solavei for the very first time. And so really excited to be able to take the next few minutes and tell you why everyone is so enthused about what's taking place with Solavei in such a new way for members like Gracie and like Rob tonight. So let's go ahead and let's jump right in. And again, remember, hashtag Solavei Socials there on Twitter, or Solavei Socials at solavei.com, where you can actually email something in. And let's go ahead and jump right in. And as we go into this, let me just real quickly, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, just to tell you a little bit about myself and where I come from. I've spent almost 20 years. Gosh, I hate to even say that. I've spent almost 2 decades. That actually makes it sound even a little longer. Actually makes me feel a little older tonight, Friday night. Anyway, almost spent 2 decades in technology and in telecommunications. I've had 3 successful exits, 3 great companies that I've had an opportunity to be a part of and done very well. My last company that I founded in 2001 was a mobile data services company that I took from an idea and grew that from an idea to over $1 billion valued company on NASDAQ. And you know, it was the middle of 2011 that I stepped away from that company, and frankly, I was planning to take a couple of years and travel the world, do nothing, and that lasted all of about 2 months. And here's where I found myself in the fall of 2011. I found myself really being in a place of seeing all the key trends that were happening really around the world, not just here in the United States, but more importantly around the world. And here's some of the things that I saw. I saw a lot of different trends that were beginning to converge, and really what I made a decision at that point to do, I had an opportunity to either not do anything or to engage in whatever would be next. And what I believed is whatever I did next, I wanted to make it value-based. And you know, so many of us in life, you know, we find ourselves at a point in our life that we don't get to make choices. And right at that point, I was able to make a choice. And I said, whatever I do next, I said this to my wife, I said, whatever I do next, I want it to be value-based. And here's what's great. I established 5 core values that I wanted to base whatever I did next on. And I'm going to give you 2 of the 5 because it's really the underpinnings to who Solavei is today. And value number 1, I said, whatever I do next, I want to do it with people I like, love, and trust. Well, if you see the moniker of Solavei and you hear people talk about it, it's powered by relationships. And I can say everyone that I have the privilege, and I'm here on a Friday night here at our corporate offices, and it's filled with people that are laughing and having fun. I see over here they've got chips and salsa and dip, and they're having fun. In fact, the fourth key thing we focus on in this company is we have fun in everything that we do. And so I said value number one is doing things with people I like, love, and trust. Number two, I said whatever I do next, I wanted to positively impact millions of people's lives around the world. You know, we have two foundations that we have great involvement with, that we fund, and you know, from everything from orphanages to water wells in Africa and many things we do. And one of the things that's very important to us and our family is we want to be a part of really impacting people's lives. And really that was at the beginning. And how we brought that into Solavei and where we are today is it became the underpinning of everything that we built this company on. There's 5 core values that do that, and I won't spend much more time on that tonight because we have hopefully many more times in the future we can talk about those things. But here's where I was. In the fall of 2011, I started recognizing a lot of the key trends that were taking place really around the world. I started seeing them all begin to converge. Trend number one was the economy. You know, really worst conditions since the Great Depression. You know, if you think about where your friends are, or maybe you are today, 50% of the United States population makes less than $50,000 a year. Household income, 30% of the U.S. population making less than $35,000 a year. And, you know, that's a reality. We see the debt crisis that's happening in Washington right now. We see all the things that they're saying. The reality is the economy is on everybody's mind and not knowing where it's going to be tomorrow. Trend number two that I saw was that of social media. And, you know, tonight we're all connected by social media. You know, whether it's in Facebook or Twitter, or just tonight even through a Google Plus Hangout, that we're all sitting here utilizing the power of social media. It's changed the way we act, the way we interact, the way we take in information, and the way we share information. I mean, who would have ever thought 5 years ago that we'd be so socially connected that when we do something, maybe it's you know, we're out with our kids and they're skating in a park, and you immediately take a picture of them and you post it on Facebook so all your friends can see it. Or maybe you do something that is funny, or you see a video that actually, you know, perks your curiosity, and you post it, and before you know it, 50,000 people have seen it. That is what social has done in connecting really all of us together. The third trend that I saw in the fall of 2011 was this. Mobile has changed the way we communicate. It's truly become, this mobile device has become a DNA imprint of who we are. We cannot live without it. I mean, leave home without your mobile phone, it's like leaving home without your right arm. I know the feeling I had. In fact, a couple days ago I was here in the office, and I was in a meeting, very important meeting here in the office, had a room full of people in my office around the conference table, and I couldn't find my phone. And without trying to distract what was going on in the meeting, I could not think about anything else except where in the world did I leave my phone. And all of us know what that feeling is like. 300+ million mobile phone users in the United States, over 5 billion around the world. Mobile is on all of our minds. The fourth trend that I saw is that of social sharing. We have seen mass market media advertising, radio, television, print. We see it every day. We're bombarded by literally thousands of different imprints that come every single day from mass market advertising. And the reality is today, very different than a decade ago or 2 decades ago when we loved seeing it. There's so much noise that's out there that today it's not having the same yield or same ROI that it had before. In fact, Nielsen came out with some data just recently and said that 47% of consumers trust mass media advertising, radio, television, and print. The other side of that, if you think about that, is 53% actually don't trust it today. Now you look at the other thing that Nielsen found out is 97% of people actually trust when a friend tells them about something they like. You know, so Gracie and Rob there, and here in Seattle where Rob is, and Gracie there in Raleigh, North Carolina, has tonight invited friends over to their place. Gracie over to her place, and Rob to a restaurant. And those are friends that would come over. That if Gracie said, you know what, here's a great restaurant you should go to, or here's a great movie that I just watched, they are more likely to listen to what Gracie says or listen to what Rob says because they have a relationship versus the billboard that they probably have already seen a half a dozen times that actually said the same thing. And started seeing this actually happen to where companies like Groupon and Amazon using referral marketing, affiliate marketing, were in fact propagating that type of behavior. Well, here's the reality. Where I was at the beginning, really the fall time of 2011, as I was seeing these trends, no different than I had the 3 previous companies before, where at the beginning I started seeing trends that were taking place. I saw myself at the same place. And I saw all these trends coming together, and ultimately there was an opportunity to see these trends actually converge to create the opportunity which we all collectively together now call Solavei. And here's what we did, is we took the 4 primary behaviors that was driving consumers inside of those trends. One, the economy, people want to find a way to save money. 2, in social media, people want to be connected. 3, in mobile, people want to be able to communicate to each other. 4, in social sharing, people would love to have an opportunity to earn additional income by just sharing the things they do naturally. We said, let's take those 4 behaviors, and I remember when I had the vision for the company, I said, let's take those 4 behaviors and let's all build this into a technology platform. And what we've done is we've created the very first social commerce platform that actually leverages all 4 of those primary behaviors. Number 1, it enables our members, Solavei members, to purchase goods and services for less. Number 2, the very goods and services that our members are already using every single day. Number 3, create an environment, a community, social community, that our members can actually be connected to each other very naturally, very easily. Number 4, enable our members that when they like something, they do what they already do. They just share it with their friends. Enable them to earn income when that happens. Now, what that means is, and I just want to spend a second on that, is there's already right now billions of dollars in advertising that's taking place every day around us that I believe is waste in the ecosystem. And I believe the greatest advertiser in the world happens to be people. And what I believed is we could take the hundreds of billions of dollars in advertising that's out there and actually move it to the greatest advertising vehicle in the world, and that happens to be you, the members of Solavei. And the mission of Solavei is this: to make commerce less expensive. So you think about what the founders of Costco did, is they took the millions of people that they have as members, and they used the collective buying power of those members, and then pass the savings to them. We're doing the exact same thing in what we do. Number 2, we're taking another step further. We're actually making it profitable for our members. Thus, when our members actually share it with their friends and family, taking those billions of dollars in advertising and pushing it to people, enable them to actually earn income. And for us, becoming the very first company that actually completely leverages the social graph. And what does social graph mean when you hear it? It's the social media companies, whether it's Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and Google+, all the things that we're a part of today, to actually create mutual beneficial recurring economic relationships. And I know it's a lot of words. You say, well, that was a fire hose experience here in the last 10 minutes. But hopefully you get what we're doing and how we're doing it. And I'm gonna actually make it a little clearer and try to bring it to the simplest of form. And here is this: we as a company started with mobile, and offering mobile service to all the members of Solavei. And what we've done is we've offered mobile because we believe it would create market momentum for all of our members. 300 million mobile phone users in the United States. I'm going to just take that number. I'm not going to talk about the rest of the world for a second. 300 million members in the United States are subscribers of mobile phone service in the U.S. You realize just 1% is 3 million people. 1/3 of 1% is a million. Do you realize a million people of anything doing something is a lot of strength and a lot of power? And here's what we believed: we could offer mobile service because of the power of what we're doing socially right now. And what I did is I went and created relationships, and I've had them before in my career, with the largest mobile operators in the United States. And we had the top mobile operators in the United States vigorously competing last January and February, to be the exclusive behind Solavei's platform and to be the network provider where Solavei would be able to offer mobile services to our members. And here's what we've done: we've offered $49 a month unlimited text, data, voice, 4G nationwide. on one of the very best networks in the United States. I have T-Mobile, an incredible, incredible partner that we have. And if you think about for a second the power of being able to offer something for $49 a month unlimited, text, data, voice, 4G nationwide, when over 80% of the United States pays more than $50 a month. 26 million iPhone users pay more than $100 a month. I mean, I'm carrying the iPhone 5. Now, I used to spend $130 plus every single month. All I had to do was put a Solavei SIM card in my iPhone 5. I'm paying $49 a month, unlimited, text, data, voice, 4G nationwide. And I love the little thing you can say is, you know, do you have a phone? Almost everybody you know will say yes. How much are you paying for that phone? I can almost tell you that 9 out of 10 or 98, 95 out of 100 will always say more than $49 a month. And the reason why we begin with mobile is, one, it's something that everyone has, but really two things. Is first of all, we knew it would create an economic conduit between us, Solavei, and our members. It would also create an economic conduit between our members. Number two, would do the second thing, would create a communication conduit. So you think about Costco for a second, as I mentioned a few moments ago. They started with some primary goods that you would go and buy at bulk, or better yet, you could say Amazon. Amazon started with books, but you know, now you can get basically anything at Amazon. Or eBay started with Beanie Babies and Pez dispensers, and now you can actually buy a car there. We believe because we had a communication conduit with all of our members, that it would allow us to be able to do the exact same thing with our mission. Remember, make commerce less expensive yet profitable, to where Solavei could begin offering other products, goods, and services to all of our members to, again, drive down price in our members' lives, and number two, make it profitable. And here's what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about literally us having millions of people throughout the United States and around the world that we have positively impacted because all they had to do is one day say yes to Solavei. Very different than any other mobile service provider that you have today. We are passionate about driving costs that you're spending today out of your life. More importantly, when you naturally share something, make it profitable. And we announced, in fact, and I won't talk about all the other goods and services that you'll begin to see over the course of the next 1, 2, and 3 years of Solavei. But we announced just, Gracie, I'm seeing people walk by with drinks in your place. Looks like everybody is having fun. Is everyone good with you, Rob? Everyone's good in your place?
We're great. Thank you for asking.
Okay, I just want to make sure everyone is still with me and happy. So, you know, if you think about this, you know, we have brought to the market what no other company has. We offered just, in fact, about a month and a half ago, and told all of our members that in June we'll be bringing Solavei Retail to all of our members. And you know, here today, and I'll stop spending so much time about this, but you know, just because today you're spending $49 a month unlimited text, data, voice, 4G nationwide, our members are going to be able to, beginning in June, the very places you're buying your gas today, your groceries today, your primary goods for your home today, you're going to be able to see additional benefit by going and doing that because they're connected to Solavei, and we're excited about that. And I'm going to go on from here. I can spend a lot of time, but obviously a lot of passion that I have about what we're bringing all of our members. We started first with mobile. And just to give you a real quick overview, and those that you're sitting with across the country, you know, all the different socials that are happening, you can talk about this after we're done tonight, but we brought an offering to our members that, again, really coincides with our mission, making commerce less expensive. $49 a month, unlimited, text, data, voice, 4G nationwide. I like the other part in there where you see or free. And if you go all the way down to the bottom, that's where you see no other operator, no other mobile service provider in the U.S. is doing this, to where our members, by just sharing Solavei with others, and that's why we become one of the fastest growing mobile service provider in history, because what we've done is for every 3 people that actually enroll and start using Solavei as their mobile service provider, you make $20 a month, each month, against each one of the mobile operators. So you know what, they made a decision. They said, you know what, let's just use what we've always used, and that's spending millions and millions of dollars on advertising, or a Super Bowl where they spent $4 million for a 30-second ad. We said, you know what, there's a better way to spend that $4 million. We'd rather it impact millions of people's lives across this country. And also, if you look down, you know, across really some of the offerings that you see there in front of you, see that no one compares to what we offer in what you get for that $49 on one of the top 4G networks across the United States. And what we've done is we've combined mobile and social sharing to redefine commerce across the United States, and ultimately will be around the world. The first thing is that mobile service that we talked about. But here's what we did that was so unique. We actually took the power of all the things that's happening, where probably all of you tonight that are sitting in the room that are connected on Facebook and Pinterest and Google Plus and Twitter and YouTube. And we said, let's build a platform that actually marries those two together, to where very easily I can actually share Solavei and all that we have directly through a platform that actually goes out to everyone. So, think about when you actually post something on Facebook. I mean, who would have thought that, a few years ago when I was signing up for Facebook for the very first time, I was thinking, my few friends that I would connect to, I would never imagine that, I would have over 5,000. I'm actually limited out, I guess, on how many friends I can have on Facebook now, but that have that many people on Facebook all connected together. That is the beautiful part about what the social graph has done to enable you, the members of Solavei, to actually be the ones to, in fact, benefit for really the first time, where a company's come into the marketplace to allow people to be actually benefiting off of the very thing that they got to connect to for, I would say, almost free. But here's what's beautiful. We've put the service offering in your hands. We've created a platform on top of the entire social graph to where when you share Solavei with others, $49 a month, unlimited text, data, voice, 4G nationwide or free, you're the one that actually earns income because of that. You are the advertising vehicle for Solavei. And how's it work so far? I remember when I founded the company in the fall of 2011, and I got to say, and just take a second here on this Friday night, and I hope y'all don't mind that, maybe take a few minutes longer than normal. I've got the most incredible employees on the face of the earth that work inside this company every day to create, an opportunity. There's so much passion inside of the corporate offices here in Bellevue, Washington, where we have just committed employees. I believe it's the smartest people you could ever have in the technology and telecommunications industry, building things every single day to create opportunity for millions of people's lives. My executive team coming from multi-billion-dollar companies all over the world to be a part of this, because what we're creating has never been done before. And what's exciting is to see, from the papers to the newspaper reporters talking about Solavei and the impact we're having in the marketplace. And here's what's great. Since September 21st, just about 5 months ago, we launched Solavei. And to me, it feels almost 5 years ago, but it's only been a little over 5 months since we launched Solavei into the marketplace. But that has now grown to over 130,000 people, and we need to update this because it's the number is growing so fast every single day, and I see the same number here that I saw last week, and it's definitely not that number today because we're growing by leaps and bounds on a daily basis across the United States. But over 130,000 people in just a short, little over 5 months' time that have already said yes to Solavei as their mobile service provider, and are every day being the conduit, just like tonight. Just for a second, just step back for a second. Think about Gracie, where she is, and Rob, where he is. And this is happening all over the country right now, where the members of Solavei are actually the Verizon store, the AT&T store. Just by getting around a computer screen tonight or a TV screen tonight and being able to hear everything that's happening with Solavei. For those of you tonight, Dwayne, Evelyn, Jessica, Beth, hearing this for the very first time. I know y'all are seeing you here in front of me right now, and I'm just going to talk to the four of you for a second as an example to the thousands across the country. So just think about this. Today, let's say I go and I post on Facebook one of the social commercials that Solavei puts out. It makes it very easy for our Solavei members to just share on Facebook, on Twitter, to post an email. And I put on there the $49 a month unlimited text, data, voice, or free. Well, immediately you maybe come with a response, Dwayne, and you say, you say free, and I say yes, free. You say, well, Ryan, I've not seen bricks and mortar. I've not seen, storefronts of Solavei. I say, well, you know what? You're not, because Solavei made a decision when they looked at last year. Over $12 billion was spent by the mobile operators in advertising, in sales, and in marketing. And Solavei said, you know what, there's a better way to actually spend that money. So Solavei said, you know, we're going to put it in people's hands and let them be the advertising conduit. So for, let's say that 6 of my friends enroll with Solavei. Solavei, within the first 60 days of somebody enrolling and 6 people come in, and Solavei is going to put $100 directly into your pocket. On top of that, you're going to make $40 a month, just because 6 people said yes to, you know, wanting $49 a month unlimited text, data, voice, 4G nationwide. Well, obviously, you know, you stop and say, okay, well, I'm interested. I'm interested. Well, here's where we found ourselves in the fall of 2011. We said, you know what, well, let's create an environment that is not about selling, but is rather about sharing. Because what happens when you like something, you naturally share. And we said, you know what, let's utilize technology and all the power of technology to make sharing extremely easy and put this in the power of our members' hands, where as we grow to, you know, to hundreds of thousands, to millions, to tens of millions, they're the ones who benefit because of that. And we built everything around what we call My Solavei, and dashboard and community and all the many things associated with it. And what I love with the feed and the community with Solavei is this is where you're seeing all the people that are involved in Solavei, and you see this happening all day long, and people that are being introduced to Solavei, people that just got involved with Solavei. You're able to see all the people that are in your network. Like Gracie, you know, Gracie, let's say you have 10 or 20, and I know you have a lot more than that of people in your network. Gracie's able to go in there and in fact see, you know, all her friends that are part of Solavei are getting great benefit because of that. Because again, we believe in that connectivity, that tissue all connected together, because together we're all powered by relationships. But another thing that I want to do is I wanted to create an experience that was more powerful, more addictive than Angry Birds. You know, Angry Birds has never made me money, probably has never made you money, but it can be addictive behavior when you start using it. Well, here's what's interesting. And Jessica, I hope you don't mind, I'm going to use you as an example on this. But so Jessica, you know, let's say that I introduced you to Solavei maybe a couple months ago. Told you about this $49 a month unlimited text, data, voice, 4G nationwide, great experience, and you liked the price, $49. Maybe you're paying $80, $90, or $100 before, so you got involved, started using it as your mobile service provider. What did you do probably the first 2 weeks is you went on Facebook, you went into our system, you posted something on Facebook, on Twitter, maybe you did like Gracie's doing tonight, and you had a couple of your friends over to where they got to see this as well. But let's say that 6 friends of yours got involved in Solavei maybe in that first couple weeks. Since that time, all you've done is use your mobile phone, like you always do. I used AT&T for almost 20 years until I used Solavei. Let's say that happens to you for maybe a couple-month period. Well, here's what's really cool about this. Those 6 friends of yours probably did what you did. They started sharing it with their friends. Well, here's what Dashboard does. You're able to go in every single day and see how your network is growing. Just like in Facebook, you go in there and you see how much bigger your Facebook network got or your Twitter followers got. Except the difference here is every time that more people start using Solavei, you're actually earning income for it. And what was in my mind and in the mind of, you know, the creators and executives of this company has actually now become a reality, where people are doing this day in and day out. Another thing we built in here is a whole notification engine. We believe very heavily in recognition. And let's say that Jessica, one day you're out for lunch and a little notification happens and pops up on the middle of your phone that says Amy Carney just got sick. Let's say Amy Carney was a friend of yours that you introduced Solavei to. Well, means she got sick means that, well, she's getting benefit herself, your friend. Meaning she's going to get $100 put directly in her bank account. Means she's going to be making $40 a month. So that $49 phone bill is now going to cost her $9 a month. You personally benefited her life because you shared Solavei with her. All you got to do is hit the send congrats button. Immediately launches a message into the Solavei community, into the feed that says congratulations, Armin. Let's say it was 3 trios. It's actually $150. It gets deposited immediately in their bank account, and it says, you know, Amy Carney, congratulations for making $150 to use in your phone. Well, it doesn't just go into the Solavei community. It actually goes into Facebook. It goes into Twitter, and immediately, let's say you're in Facebook and you see right in front of you, Amy just made $150 for using her phone. What do you think happens next? 11 of Amy's friends in the next 10 minutes say, how did you make $150 for using your phone? Well, immediately you're able to respond back and say, it was through Solavei as my mobile service provider now. And immediately you're able to go into our system, which is called our Outreach Manager, where you're able to take her email address or take her Facebook credentials, and attach one of the social commercials. And we got the most incredible, just incredible marketing organizations that is here. I believe they're the very best at creating commercials and Facebook graphics and social graphics, where all you got to do is send it out. Again, remember, sharing, not selling, where it does all the talking for you, and a full tracking system that is able to track every time that somebody clicks on an email, that clicks on a video, that clicks on a graphic. You're able to see that just happened, so you can pick up the phone and say, welcome to Solavei, and here's what's beautiful. We built an entire experience around you. Think about a Verizon store for a second. The hundreds of thousands of dollars that they actually spend at building that presence and all the marketing that goes in around it. Well, do you realize that the mobile operators today of AT&T and Verizon and Sprint, they each have about 2,500 to 3,000 bricks and mortar stores, locations around the United States. Well, do you realize today with over 130,000 of our members that are each a distribution source, we have over 130,000, in my opinion, AT&T stores or Verizon stores. Just like tonight, I mean, Gracie, Rob, you guys are an AT&T store, Verizon store tonight, except here's the beautiful part about it, is you actually create them as well, and it grows even beyond you. And the experience you see when somebody comes in, the moment you enroll into Solavei, you have a whole experience. It's all about you. So when somebody clicks on, and hope you don't mind, Beth, I'm going to pick on you for a second. If let's say somebody clicks on a little link that says www.solavei.com/Beth, maybe your last name or whatever you want it to say, every time they click on it, it comes into this site with your picture, and when they enroll, you're the one getting credit for it. You're the one benefiting. Again, shifting those billions of dollars in advertising to our members across this country. And another thing that we've built into this is we want to wrap our arms around every single person that comes in here. And I'm emphatic about us as a company wrapping our arms around our members. I want to be so different than any company that's out there that, you know what, AT&T or Verizon or Sprint, great companies, I'm not saying anything negative about them, but bottom line is I never had a relationship with AT&T. You know what, I want our members to have a relationship with Solavei, because we're not just about mobile phone service, we're about actually taking the very things you do every single day in your life and actually shifting an entire distribution stream and enabling you to be the one that benefit. And we want that to be from the very first time that you say yes to Solavei. Right when you say yes to Solavei, if you do this online and actually activate your phone and get your mobile service online through that full enrolling experience, you're going to receive a couple days later a welcome package from Solavei. You're going to receive your SIM card and how to take your one SIM card out and put the Solavei SIM card in. You may have been paying $100 or more a month. Now you're going to be paying $49. And here's what's another thing that's great is I've said last night that 53% of our members on average have actually been putting a SIM card in because one of the members have a SIM card. So we allow our members to actually get these SIM cards in 10 packs and in 20 packs to where on the spot, whether you're in a Starbucks with your friend or you're at a restaurant, and you're continually able to be one that benefits your friend's life wherever you are any time of the day. Where they carry the SIM packs with them, and I know Gracie probably has some, and so do you, Rob, right where you are, and wherever home you are, or whatever restaurant you're in, or whatever fire station you're at maybe tonight, that person probably has SIM cards with them. I can tell you the numbers yesterday. We had just crazy numbers yesterday with Solavei, the number of people enrolling to be a part of it. Over 60% of people who enrolled yesterday with Solavei came in because the person that was sitting with them actually had SIM card with them and activated them on the spot, and I love it. I love seeing it. There's a great announcement. For all you who are members of Solavei, there's an incredible announcement that's coming out on Monday in the Solavei Scoop that you're not going to want to miss. It is going to be exciting, the announcement you're going to hear on Monday. Another thing that's going to happen is within 1 week, you're going to receive your Solavei Bank of America Visa card. And I remember seeing, the largest financial institutions vigorously competing to be this financial instrument behind us, and here's one of the reasons why. Every 2 weeks, you're going to get paid directly on your Solavei Bank of America Visa debit card, and all of our members now call it, they all call it their Solavei Purple Pay Card. And every 2 weeks we deposit directly on this. So back to using you as an example, Beth. Let's say your friends got involved maybe a couple months ago, and you've not done anything since then except using your mobile phone. Well, Here's the beautiful part about it. They probably went out and started sharing with their friends. So let's say over a couple-month period, your network grew to over 80 people. Kind of like what's happened to Gracie and the network that has just grown literally across the country. And you, Robin, you've got thousands of people across the United States right now that are members of the network. That because you introduced it to a few people, right around the launch of our company. Well, here's what's amazing: is let's say that Jessica or Beth that you introduce it, and maybe it's 80 people now. You just use your phone every day, except now every 2 weeks and every month, $120, $140, $150 is being deposited on your Solavei Purple Pay card. Now, we announced about a month ago, as I told you a few moments ago, Solavei Retail, and we want to make those dollars go any further. And so hopefully you can start thinking about how we're creating actually an entire economy, because the big passion and goal I have is not how fast can we as a company make $1 billion of net income. The passion that I have is I have no tattoos on my body, but I said the day that we pay out $1 billion to our Solavei members, I'm putting a Solavei tat on me. And I actually have had, I said that to the CEO of T-Mobile and the CEO of other partners. I said, listen, I want you to join into what I call the $1 billion challenge, and whenever we pay $1 billion to our members, you all have to get Solavei tats with me because of how we've positively impacted people's life. That's probably much more detail than any of you actually wanted tonight. Anyway, let me do a second. Take a second here. That's actually was posted yesterday on Facebook, and I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna hold this up here so you can maybe see the picture. See this man with his I don't know if you can all see that, with his car, and he's got his Purple Pay card out, and he's paying something. And you can see this. Hopefully you can all see that. Okay. So I'm going to read this to you. This is from, I guess it's Esteban, and this was yesterday. Again, think about this Purple Pay card and how this whole experience happens. This is what he said. I never thought what used to be my cell phone bill would be putting a down payment on my new car and making the payment for me. Thank you, Solavei. And he goes on to say, and for more information, this is, and again, www.solavei.com / and his deal. This is real. We see, and we have hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of these happening every single day. Literally thousands of people across the country, with free mobile phone service because of what they did by just introducing it naturally to others. Whether it's date night, I showed one last night. It was a dad with a daughter going out for Valentine's dinner, and they had the Solavei Pay card and saying, thank you, Solavei, for paying for our Valentine's dinner with my daughter tonight. Just because, you know what? We believe this should be a natural experience, and we're gonna shake up the entire distribution system that people typically had. And as we talked about retail, just think about you have, let's say, Jessica, Beth, and Dwayne, Evelyn. Let's say you have $150, $250 sitting in your Visa Pay card. All you've got to do is now go out to the very places you go shop every day, and here's what these large providers are going to do when we launch Solavei Retail. Is you're going to pay between 2 and 12% of every single dollar that you're purchasing naturally anyway already. Let's say it's Target, where you're already going and you're buying stuff now where they're going to pay back 2 to 12% of every dollar back to Solavei, of which Solavei is going to take 50 cents on every single dollar of gross profit that we have and pay it back to the members of Solavei through our compensation plan, really creating a virtuous cycle. And I believe this, the more that our Solavei members are able to spend because of what they make, the more they're able to make. The more they make, the more they're able to spend. The more they spend, they're more able to make. And it becomes this virtuous cycle that the members of Solavei are the benefactors of the growth of this company. So I'm going to just go real quickly through this because I know we've taken a lot of time, and it's Friday night, and it's late on the East Coast, and I get really excited about what's happening right now. And if you could just hear the stories that I frankly have heard today, and the people I know that have been positively impacted because of this company. There's not a day that doesn't get me excited. And when I told everyone about 2 weeks ago, I said, you know what, we're going to go on at 5:30 every day, and I'm going to give the vision to Solavei. You should have seen the looks on my team's face. And you're doing what? And it's really obviously hampered. I can't be on a plane at 5:30 p.m. Pacific any day now. But the reason why I'm so excited about this, and I've not gotten tired. I've actually gotten more and more energy because of what I see happening across the country today, and incredibly enthused to see what's going on. And so how many people do you think, by what you've heard tonight, $49. There's no enrollment fee. So this is no different than you walked into an AT&T store or Verizon store, except they're probably going to tell you it's $80, $100, $120. How many people with what you heard tonight, $49 a month, an incredible network, 4G network across the United States, where we have today members in every single state, all across, thousands in Puerto Rico, that you could enroll in your first 60 days? What, maybe 3? Well, if you just enroll 3 people in your 60 days, we're going to put $50 directly into your bank account, and you're going to get paid $20 a month. So that $49 phone bill is now only costing you $29. If it happened to be 6, we're going to put $100 in your bank account. You're now going to be getting paid $40 a month. So that $49 phone bill is now only costing you $9. If it happened to be 9, which every 3 people we call a trio. We love trios in this company. Every 9 people, let's say that you get your first 9, we're going to put $150 direct in your bank account, and we call it free because you're going to get paid $60 a month, and you really now don't even have a phone bill. And I'll talk about in a second. Get in, get social, and get free. And it's a real purpose we have with all the members of Solavei. Now, if 3 of those friends happen to enroll 3 like you did, you're now going to get paid $170 a month. If 6 of your friends happen to just enroll 3, again, the network propagation of this is amazing. You're now going to be getting paid $280 a month just because you introduced them to Solavei. And so I'm going to stop there for a second because I'm sure you're tired of hearing me, and there's great people online tonight. Rob, if you don't mind, maybe just take a second and just tell us what's happened with you since you've now been involved with Solavei.
Well, I mean, from what perspective, my friend? There is a lot that's happened on a lot of levels. It's not just a financial compensation issue. It's more of the value of the relationships have strengthened, have deepened, have widened, not just with those that I have already known prior, but new people that have come on. You start to forge relationships with people that you can't believe you never had in your life once you get involved in a relationship model like Solavei. And what you've done and what you've created is truly phenomenal. And I appreciate the opportunity to host one of these.
That's great.
I'd like to do another one.
So let me ask you, how many people do you have in your network that's grown all across the United States since we launched about 5 months ago?
You know, I think we just broke 12 or 13,000.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that answer. So I knew it was a lot, but that shows you the power of what networking means. Now, you think of the math around that. I would say financially, this has impacted your life. So, needless to say, your mobile service is free.
My mobile service is free. Thank you.
That's incredible, Rob. Thank you so much for your involvement and more importantly, just like you're doing tonight. And Kim, I see you're there. Kim, can you tell us what's happened? What's happened to you, Kim, since you've been involved with Solavei?
Well, of course, all of the people that I've met have been incredible, and having a free cell phone is awesome, and it's also helping us pay for college. So it's been really neat.
Did you say this is going to help you pay for college?
Yes, for our son, who is also a member.
Love that. I love that. Kim, I'm so excited to have you involved. And again, Dwayne, Evelyn, thank you so much for letting me use you as examples tonight. Gracie, if you don't mind going across to Raleigh, North Carolina. Gracie, I know your background is you work at Duke in, I guess, the fitness area there at Duke. You're also a trainer, have a personal training company. Gracie, tell us what's happened to you.
Well, Ryan, Solavei for me is something extra. You know, I love what I do. I have a strong passion in wellness. But with sorry, my voice sounds like a man. But what Solavei has done for my family is that extra income. You know, the 12th and the 24th of every month is a fabulous day in my house. We use that money to, I guess last year we used all that money in savings in on our Purple Pay card for Christmas. And, you know, not to stress out about Christmas has been fabulous for my family. And now each month we use our money on, it's paid for some marathons, which I know you like that.
I do.
And, yeah. And, you know, just extra activities for my kids. So in my personal training job, the amount of money that I make with Solavei gives me a few more hours a week with my children. I have 2 beautiful kids that I just love spending time with. So, and I've seen Solavei grow with my network. I have a small network, but you know what? It keeps growing. All my friends here are excited about it, and to help their families too just is absolutely priceless for me. So thank you for introducing it. And I have my good friend Jennifer Gooden, her and her husband introduced Solavei to me, and I'm just forever grateful for that.
I love that. Jennifer, if you don't mind, Gracie, thank you so much, and it's so exciting to see what's happened. So, Jennifer, if you don't mind, tell us what's happened with you and your family.
Well, Solavei, like Rob said, helped connect us to people that we may never have had a connection
Hey,
to.
Jennifer, if you don't mind, get up so we can hear you. If you don't mind.
She's coming over.
Oh, you're pregnant.
She's waddling
I
over.
didn't mean to make you get. I did not mean to make you get up from the couch. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Solavei has connected us to people that we may never have had a connection with, and it's also connected us to people that maybe we haven't even talked to in 3 or 4 years. And that's been an incredible part. The other part is, as a mom, I'm able to stay at home and still spend my day with my kids and bring in income for our family. And that has been another thing that Solavei has done for us. Obviously, like you, I used to pay $130 just for my cell phone every month, and now it is free. So that has freed up opportunities for us, for our kids as well. And it's enabled us to give more, which is something that Nathan and I have always wanted to do. We have extra income in the bank that now we can do more for other people, and I think that's the vision of Solavei in itself. So it's definitely powered up our relationships and it's transformed our lives.
I love that, and it's amazing what you said, Jennifer, right now. That this all started with just one day you saying yes because you like $49 a month unlimited text, data, voice, 4G nationwide, and Jennifer, knowing your background, so maybe tell everyone what is your background.
Well, I was Miss America.
I know your mom, which is the most important part. Your mom, your wife, that is most important, and I know that maybe before you were a mom and before you were a wife to Nathan.
Right. Well, I started competing in the Miss America organization when I was 17 to help pay my way through college, and I did that. So I graduated college debt-free, which obviously was a fantastic opportunity, and then became Miss America in 2006. So I had the opportunity at just 22 years old to really see America and see a lot of things that you talked about. The trends that you were seeing were starting even back in 2006. And so it's been interesting to connect with people that I worked with, 7 years ago now, and see their lives being transformed by Solavei too. And I think that's what's been most powerful for my husband and myself.
I love it. So Miss America 2006, that is awesome. And mother to 2, wife to husband Nathan, and expecting baby number 3. I love it. Jennifer, thank you so much.
Thanks,
well, let's go. And again, Jennifer, thank you. Gracie, thank you for having everybody there with you, and Jessica, Beth, all of you that are there tonight. Rob, for you having everyone there with you tonight. I just want to thank you for being involved, being active with this tonight. And so what do you do for everyone who's watching across the United States tonight? The first thing that I always say is to get in. The very first thing is get in, enroll, have Solavei be your mobile service provider, become a member of Solavei. Obviously, you heard tonight it can be so much more. And in fact, I just got a tweet just now. It says. This is from Stephanie and Deb to hashtag Solavei Socials. I love that I no longer have a cell phone bill! ! Well, that all starts with getting in, and I'm gonna just tweet something real fast here. Okay. Thank you guys for tweeting that in. We got so many that are happening right now. In fact, there's tweets that are taking place right now that's talking about me getting a tattoo. So very, very interesting.
Hey, we want that tattoo to be done live on the air.
Oh my goodness, I think that something's being started here right now. So number 1 is get in, become a member of Solavei. Number 2 is get social. Tonight we've done just that. We've gotten social together. This is obviously the greatest form of it. Wherever you are tonight, whether you're at a restaurant, in a car, whether you're at a home, an office, we're getting social together, and we're changing how distribution is in fact done. You didn't have to go into an AT&T store or to a Verizon store. You got to just be with those that are closest to you. So we always say get social, get your first trio. The other thing, as soon as you enroll, here's what I encourage you to do: is go into Outreach Manager inside of My Solavei, and immediately put in all your friends that you have inside of there, and send them just as the simple 1 or 2 or 6 minute videos that will tell everything about Solavei for you. As well, when you see one of the social graphics, post it on Facebook. We have a louder voice right now online and social than Verizon, Sprint, and AT&T has. Over 60 million impressions across online in just the last 30 days. Over 500 million in just the last few months. The third thing we say to do is to get free. You know what? After you've gotten that first trio, those first 3 people, the next step is get free. And that means 9 people, 3 trios will enable you to not only have $150 put directly in your bank account, but enjoying free mobile service, because you're going to get paid $60 a month. But the reality is what we're all creating together, and it really is all of us together. You're the architects. You're the ones who are in fact building this. Is doing something in such a very big way. We're creating the very first social commerce company, and we do call this a social commerce revolution. We announced just about a month and a half ago the 1 million member march. We're marching to 1 million members together, and really, if you think we're just now at a little over 100,000 members, we will have tens of millions in this company, and it's all beginning with each one of you. And just think about that if you were one of the very first ones of Facebook, or one of the very first ones that were a part of Twitter, and how big it grew, except this time you actually benefited because of that. And ultimately right now we're seeing this spread like wildfire across the country. I love this because it actually gives you visualization what is happening. Like we have here where the Seattle Seahawks play at Quest Field. When I go there now and see the stands packed, 65,000 people, do you realize in just a few months you could not put two times that of our members in that stadium now, and that's when it just really shocks me. And we've coined it, I think, a new word called bazillions, where we're going to have bazillions of happy, excited Solavei members across this country, around the world. And so I want to thank all of you for being a part of this tonight. I encourage you to, in fact, Gracie and Rob, please take a picture tonight. Send it to Solavei Socials at solavei.com. Send in your pictures. Tell us what's happening. I saw comic strips that are being written that was done by somebody. Put it on Facebook. Loved it. Just send us your stories of what's happening to you. Post it on Facebook, because you are the messenger of this, and you're the ones who are personally impacting people's lives because you shared Solavei with them. So thank you so much. In fact, let me just tell you real quickly, we typically don't do this on the weekend. Obviously, we started last Monday night, but we have a special Solavei Social on Sunday night, and you're going to be really shocked when you see the people that we have that are going to be doing socials at their places. It's people you've seen before on TV. You've heard them on the radio. That they're involved with Solavei and excited about Solavei themselves, and they're having their own Solavei Socials. They're coming in live, and we're going to have on Sunday night special Solavei Socials live and in person on Sunday night. We're going to see other people. So get people around you on Sunday night, again, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. All of this is building over the next couple of weeks to March 15th, when we're going to be live in Dallas, Texas at the Solavei Revolution Regional, where on Friday night we're going to have over 1,000 people live together in Dallas, Texas, having a social there, and it's going to be an exciting time. Thank you again so much, and again, thank you all of you who are seeing Solavei for the first time tonight, and especially all of those that are at Rob and at Gracie's places. Thank you for being involved. We really appreciate it. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We'll see you Sunday night, and we look forward to having you guys involved with Solavei and all that we're doing. We'll see you later.
Bye, Rob.
See you later.